Welcome to my top 10 most anticipated and noteworthy comics for April 17th, 2024. I'm Mike Spider Slayer. Welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. Hopefully this list does help you make decisions on what comic books to buy, because you know what? It's never too early to start that list for next week. So before we dive into it, guys, I just gotta give a quick shout out to Whatnot. If you have never heard of Whatnot before, or you're hesitant about using it, use it now. There's a link in my description box below. When you create your profile and win your first auction on Whatnot, you're going to get a $15 credit. So if you're looking to save some money on that comic book, or you're a card collector or a Hot Wheels collector, action figure collector, use that 15 bucks now, guys. So use that link in the comment section in the description box below and check out Whatnot. Okay, so here we go. The book that's on the hot seat. We have Untold Destiny of the Foot Clan Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue 2. Now listen, guys. The first issue of this was freaking fantastic. And the reason why this is on my hot seat, because I feel like this could be a series where you have a fantastic first issue and then the second issue just completely sucks. But the first issue was great, as we got to see the granddaughter of Shredder wind up getting her ass beat by this new like clan, right? And so we have to figure out like how to stop this clan. And we have our favorites in here, like Bebop and Rocksteady. Casey Jones is in this comic as well. So it's a very interesting story, but you know, I'm not sure where we're going to go after this first issue. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that this one will continue to be great. And again, this is 28 pages and this is a $4 comic. Now we go to the book that's on the rise. This is Helen of Windhorn. This is issue 2. This one is written by Tom King, which I feel he's a perfect writer for this type of book, as we learned about this chick who wound up getting to this house that has this rich history behind it. And the way Tom King wrote it was very descriptive of this, you know, what this house is, where this study is, where this place is, and where's that, and this takes place. And we learn about some of those things. And now I think in this one, we're going to learn more about the inhabitants of the house as well. I love the main character in this book. The artwork was absolutely gorgeous. I'm curious on the direction it goes. So this one is 32 pages, and this one is $5. So let's kick off our official top 10 here. We have Miles Morales Spider-Man. This is issue 19. We have the fallout from issue 300. If you read issue 300, a character did die, at least we think so, in that 300th issue, and now Miles has to deal with that death, and he's busy fighting rabble here. The artwork is outstanding. The action in the last issue was great, and being that we did have a 300th issue, it was all one continuous story. It was no anthology. Who would have thought you have an exercise book that tells one freaking story? Absolutely awesome. Looking forward to this one. Legacy numbering 301, 28 pages, $4. Number 9, we have Batman Offworld. This is issue 4. Man, it's been a little while since Batman Offworld came out. I totally forgot this existed. That's why it's a little bit lower on my list. I don't even know what happened. I think like last time he wound up defeating that alien dude, and then they wanted to go to the actual mining ship itself and take that on, and then he like left that chick, the Starfire wannabe chick, hanging, like she wanted to hook up with him, and he's like, no, give me 5 more minutes, I want to work. Come on, dude, you got a piece of ass sitting right there and you don't want to take advantage of that? Like, what's your problem, bro? Anyway, it's a freaking pretty good book. I like the artwork. Jason Aaron's been writing a solid Batman story. 32 pages, $4. Moving on to number 8, we have Ultimate Black Panther issue 3. So last issue, I feel like we got a pretty big, I want to say, possible story thread that was kind of presented to you in the face here, and it had to do with Storm, right? So are we going to be led to believe that Storm and Black Panther are going to hook up and they're going to have a kid? Maybe? That would be kind of cool. I think this could be a solid book. We're still only on issue 3 here, so it's not as fun for me as, say, Ultimate Spider-Man, because, again, Spider-Man's my favorite character, and I never really been into Ultimate, or I should say Black Panther in general, but I'm curious to see where this book continues to go. So this one is 28 pages, $5. Coming in at number 7, we have Spawn, issue 352. So Spawn discovers a shocking truth about someone from his past, a secret that could be the death of him. So all kinds of crazy stuff is happening with all the Spawn characters, again, because of the dead zones being expanded, and none of these freaking symbiotes, angels, supernatural guys have any of their powers. And now it's like, based off of the last issue, it seems like the vampires want to rule again, okay? So that's kind of like what's going on in Spawn right now. I just most recently jumped on issue 350. I seen this somewhat get what's going on, so hopefully I continue to, like the story that's being told here. Brett Booth does the artwork. Again, one of the best deals in comics, 24 pages, $3. Coming in at number 6, we have Superman issue 13. So we have the House of Brainiac issue 2. I'm putting it out here because I'm assuming that the House of Brainiac issue 1 is going to be good, right? I want to see how this story pans out. Superman has been really good the past year and a half or so. So hopefully, this Superman event will be solid, and this lives up to my number 6 spot here. And I'm looking forward to seeing Brainiac again too. So I don't know, we'll see. Don't have too much to say about it. I'll probably have more once I read the first part of this. So this one's 32 pages, $5. I guess it's a connecting cover. Coming in at number 5, we have the Spectacular Spider-Man. This is issue 2. So we get to see the second issue to Miles Morales and Peter Parker teaming up with each other. And I thought the first issue was great. I love how it's a very grounded book as they go to a coffee shop, and Peter's trying to be a regular at the coffee shop, and Miles is like, he's that Gen Z guy, or should I say Gen Z, or should I say, yeah, he's Gen Z. So he's one using his apps and his technology and stuff. And now these guys are going to be doing adventures with each other. And they fought the Jackal in the last issue. So it's pretty cool, man. 28 pages, $4. Roberto Ramos does the artwork as well. Moving on to number 4. I really like the introduction to this first issue. This is I Heart Skull Crusher, or I Love Skull Crusher issue 2. So this is pretty cool about this chick that loves this character here that's in this particular league where it's called the Screaming Paintball, and she's trying to be part of this league, and she wants to be like her idol, and no matter what she does, like, she can't be a part of it. But these people came to her town and they're like, you can be part of this league, there's these tryouts and this is what's going on. But she has to acquire a team, she has to make her team. She found this has-been coach who's a drunk to be their coach. It's hysterical. The main character is lovable, she's likable, you want to root for her. The artwork was absolutely gorgeous as well, and it has a good world around it too, and it's a different type of sport book, I don't know, man. I like the journey here. I'm looking forward to it. So this one is a $5 comic book. Coming in at number 3, we have Avengers Twilight issue 5. Really great book, as we've been slowly being introduced to old man Avengers. That's basically what's going on here. We wind up seeing Captain America rescue Tony Stark, and he's nothing more but a head, but he has armor all around him now as well. We get to see his son be kind of an asshole, Tony Stark's son be an asshole, and try to obviously rule the world and, convince America or the United States that this is the world that it is right now. It's been an interesting story so far. Chip Zdarsky writes this book. It's just overall fun seeing all these different characters in an older version. I know this story's been done before in other comic books. You don't have to write the characters the way they are. It's like a futuristic story. You can do kind of whatever you want with them. Leave whatever's in the past behind. You don't have to tell that story. It keeps the reader guessing. I don't know, man. I dig it. Avengers Twilight issue 5. Check it out. 40 pages, $5. Coming in at number 2, we have Ghost Rider Final Vengeance issue 2. Listen, I love this book. It might be stupid for some people, because it's not Johnny Blaze, right? It's not any of the other Ghost Riders. It's a freaking Hood that is the new Ghost Rider. But for me, I like the issue, and I think having a Ghost Rider that's completely off the wall, it's all right for me. I want to see what Benjamin Percy does. He wrote the last volume of Ghost Rider, which I thought was really good. And man, this cover looks freaking badass. The art in the first issue was really good as well. This is something that could be really dark. This is something that Benjamin Percy can do whatever he wants here. And who's to say that this is a permanent thing? Johnny Blaze might become Ghost Rider once again, because at the end of the first issue, we're finding out what's going to go on with the character. So this will not be the last time we see of him. So we're going to see Red Hood's journey as the of the Spirit of Vengeance, and then we're going to see Johnny Blaze's journey here with his disappearance. Definitely looking forward to it. 28 pages, $4. All right, guys, so remember, after number 1, we're not done, as we have the noteworthy comics to talk about. There's a lot of them this week because this is a heavy comic book week. So just because books did not make my top 10 this particular week doesn't mean they're not good books. So number 1 this week goes to the final issue. I think it's the final issue, or is it 5 issues of Cobra Commander? Let me know. So we have Cobra Commander. This is issue 4. So we wound up seeing Cobra Commander come face to face with the Dreadnoks. We found out who his guardian was, which was the Nemesis Enforcer. If you remember the G.I. Joe animated movie, which is freaking awesome. I loved seeing how manipulative and conniving Cobra Commander actually is to get the upper hand in the last issue. Awesome comic book. This is something that you should read. Shit, I don't even think you need to be a G.I. Joe fan to like this comic book. You can learn who Cobra Commander is and how much of a freaking little conniving weasel he actually is, and you might want to read more of them in the future. So this book is 32 pages, and this one is $4. All right, so here we go. Noteworthy comic books. We are kicking it off with Marvel, guys. We have Fall of the House of X. This is issue 4. More House of X crap. Then we have Dead X-Men, issue 4. Next, we have Spider-Boy, issue 6, which has been a solid book. And I'm curious where they're going to go with the whole Spider-Boy being possessed by Dr. Octopus now. Superior Spider-Boy, right? We'll see. Then we have Spider-Woman, issue 6. So we have Spider-Woman going to the West Coast now. Then we have What If Venom, issue 3. That book is not for me, so I'm definitely passing on that one. Next, we have Captain Marvel, issue 7. Solid first issue was Black Widow and Hawkeye. This is issue 2. Looking forward to this one. Then we move on to the DC comics. We have Nightwing, issue 113. This one's getting ready to wrap up soon. We'll see how it ends. Then we have World's Finest. You guys will be surprised on this one. This is issue 26. The reason why it's not on my top 10 is because I'm not a real fan of Batmite and Mxyzptlk, and that's what this story is surrounding itself by. And I feel like this is a little story arc that's going to happen between the next major story arc here. So I'm not really excited for this. Hopefully it's going to be solid and it might blow me out of the water, right? Next, we have Titans, issue 10. Then we have Wonder Woman, issue 8, as Wonder Woman is getting ready to face the Sovereign here, finally. Then we have Catwoman, issue 64. I have no idea what's going on in this comic. Is she in space, or is that just a freaking cover? Then we have Green Lantern War Journal, issue 8. Followed by Jay Garrick, The Flash. This is issue 6. And then we move on to the indie comics. We have The Walking Dead, issue 87. Followed by Animal Pound. This is issue 3. Then we finally have the second issue of Moon Man. Then we have Kill Your Darlings, issue 8. And then we have Something Epic, issue 9. This one is going to be the deciding factor for me. Sam and Twitch, this is issue 2. Then we have a new number 1, Blown Away, issue 1, from Boom. And then we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue 150. So there you guys have it. There are the most anticipated and noteworthy comics for April 17th, 2024. I want to know in the comments below what you're most looking forward to that particular comic book week. And as always, guys, I'm going to leave you more content right here. This is my After the Pool video where I talk about all of the current comic books for the current comic book week, except those new number ones. And if you want to check out the new number ones, I'll leave that video above that one. So, guys, as always, remember to support the local comic shops. Keep buying, keep collecting, but always remember, read your comics so we can have that great comic conversation. Guys, thank you so much. I'll see you on New Comic Book Day.